When you think of the Soviet Union, you likely conjure up images of the Red Army, vast fields of gold in Ukraine, or perhaps you even think of gulags in Siberia. However, for a short time, 4 days to be exact, only Kazakhstan, a Central Asian republic, remained holding the torch of the once great Soviet Union until December 16, 1991. By the late 1980s, the Soviet Union was in crisis mode. Years of economic decline and a disastrous war in Afghanistan left the Union in shambles. Something had to change if the Union were to continue. That change happened in 1985, when the new General Secretary Mikhail Gorbachev introduced Perestroika, which aimed to decentralize the Soviet economy and political apparatus. Perhaps most important to the success of Perestroika was the idea of glasnost, or openness, in which citizens, for the first time, would have an open say in how things would be run. Glasnost would, however, have unintended consequences, as it saw old rivalries revived as nationalist movements gained popularity in both the Warsaw Pact and within the USSR itself, beginning a domino effect that would end in disaster for the socialist utopia. In Kazakhstan, this feeling of dissent would reach the capital of Alma-Ata in 1986 when Demikhan Kaniv, a longtime member of the Kazakh Communist Party and General Secretary of the Kazakh SSR since 1964, was dismissed by Gorbachev over international political drama using anti-corruption laws in December 16, 1986. His replacement, Gennady Kolbin, an ethnic Russian who had never worked with Kazakhstan before, stirred anger among the Kazakh population, who not only viewed Kaniv in a very positive light, with many calling his rule as the golden age of Kazakhstan, but who also demanded their leader to be of someone who at least worked within the republic. This anger would come to a head on the morning of December 17th, when thousands of Kazakh students took to the streets of Alma-Ata, demanding an ethnic Kazakh be put in the leadership position. Both the Soviet officials in Moscow and Kazakhstan were shocked, as the protests were the largest they had yet experienced, leading Moscow to send the army to assist the local police in dispersing the crowd. However, it would not be until the 18th that the protests were finally put under control, with the official numbers showing that 11,000 had participated, with 600 people arrested and 1 death, though it is more likely that there was far more. On October 25th, 1990, Kazakhstan declared its sovereignty, the second last republic to do so, with Kyrgyz SSR declaring their sovereignty on December 15th. Although their sovereignty was declared, they remained within the USSR as a republic. On March 17th, 1991, the Soviet Union held its first and only referendum on preserving the USSR as a renewed federation. The referendum would take place in all republics except the Baltics, Armenia, Georgia, and Moldova, who boycotted it, and would see an 80% turnout. The referendum would see a 77.85% approval, with Kazakhstan seeing an 88.17% turnout, with 95% voting in favor of the referendum, although the failed August coup kept the newly formed federation from ever coming into fruition. New Sultan Nazarbayev would be elected as the leader of the Kazakh SSR by the Supreme Soviet on April 22, 1991. Replacing the unpopular Kolbin on December 16, 1991, the Kazakh SSR finally declared its independence, the last republic to do so, 4 days after the Russian SFSR declared its independence. December 25th would be the last time the Soviet flag would fly over the Kremlin, and the next day, the Soviet of Nationalities, the upper chamber of the Soviet government, formally voted itself out of existence, just 10 days after Kazakhstan officially left the Union, with Nazarbayev as the first president of Kazakhstan.